Good day to all, comrades and friends. This is Global Weekly News, serial number 5. Comrades and friends, we face many burning issues globally. With Europe as epicenter, many European countries are facing very hot climates. Forest fires are rampant. Climate change is a concrete challenge we are facing today. While Russia-Ukraine war is continuing, political crisis can be seen in many European countries. The first, we go to Italy. In 2021, a coalition government was formed in Italy. Mario Draghi became the Prime Minister. Coalition partner, Five-Star Movement, is called a center-left, but in reality, it is a centrist party only. Many rightist forces are supporting Mario Draghi. He is a technocrat. It is believed that he can attract and bring finance capital and banking institution support will be there on a large scale. To overcome from the crisis due to COVID-19, the government implemented many austerity measures. Due to the policies of the government, there has been contradictions within the coalition in the past 1.5 years. Five-Star Movement refused to lend the support to an important policy decision of the government. In September, definitely there will be elections in Italy. In all likelihoods, far right will win in the elections. Centrist forces are placing only bankrupt policies. Living standards are going down due to reduction in wages. Students have to compulsorily go through internship, and during that period, young students, some of them die also. The trade union movement has gone on strike many a time to protect the living standards of the workers. Recently, the police arrested 8 trade union leaders on 19th July. Workers conducted protest demonstrations in many cities of Italy. The arrested 8 leaders are kept in house arrest. The allegations against them is that they instigated strike in the warehouses of Amazon, Nippon Express, the multinational companies, etc. There was a search for arms in USB Union office. The workers of USB Union were protesting the use of Italian ports, harbors and airports to transmit or transport military weapons for the imperialist wars. The search took place in such a background. Comrades and friends, let us go to the second place, Puerto Rico. Well, Puerto Rico is situated in the Caribbean Sea in North America. This island is still a colony of United States of America. The military junta is strengthening power authority of corporate advisors. This power authority or electricity authority had handed over power distribution through Luma, a Canadian-American private company. Power outages occur often. Power rates are also enhanced. People are on the streets protesting against the hike in power rates. People are demanding cancellation of the contract to the private company Luma and strengthening a public sector. The experience of Luma company is that the argument that services in the public administration will not be good. That is false. To increase its profit, Luma is enhancing power tariffs. Power rates went up by 17% from 1st July onwards. Maria Hurricane. There was a hurricane in 2017. It is called Maria. That had destabilized the power grid. There was power cut for many months at a stretch. People of Puerto Rico cannot take independent decisions on economic and political matters. The Hurricane Maria affected the people. There was scarcity of medicines and other essentials also. The struggle against the private company Luma, well, that has matured into a stage of struggle for freedom and sovereignty. Good. The third country we go is Ghana. Comrades and friends, Ghana is a small country in Western Africa. It is rich in natural resources. Ghana is the first country to be liberated in the whole Africa from foreign domination, from foreign colonial rule. Ghana got its freedom on 6th March 1957. Kwame Nkrumah led the freedom struggle in Ghana. His ambition was to liberate the entire African continent. Enthused by Ghana's freedom, more than 30 African countries became free in the next 10 years. Nkrumah's rule was overthrown through a coup in 1966. During the rule of Nkrumah, new roads, new schools, and new health facilities were set up. Nkrumah became the first president in 1960, and his government was overthrown in 1966. He died in 1972 due to cancer. Government received a revenue of merely 1.7% by gold sales between 1990 and 2002. Ghana is a major exporter of gold, but multinational companies swallow 98.3% revenue by gold sales. Whenever any country is in need of foreign exchange reserves, it is believed that IMF will come to its assistance. But the reality is no country can escape from the debt trap once it avails IMF loans. Ghana has signed already 17 agreements. The last one, 17th agreement with IMF was signed. Socialist movement and trade unions of Ghana, they strongly oppose this agreement. There is an unprecedented inflation in the country. Essential commodities prices have gone up by 30%. There is an erosion in real wages. The percentage wage hike offer of the government is far below the inflation rate. This has infuriated the trade unions. The trade unions have got angry over this. Ghana is facing a huge debt burden. Implementation of austerity measures is one of the stringent conditionalities of IMF. 300 out of 400 public sector factories set up during Nkrumah's rule, they are now privatized. Government is reducing its public expenses. Even if agreements with the IMF 18th, 19th or 20th time signed, Ghana cannot escape from the debt trap. Similar position is there in Sri Lanka, Pakistan and Indonesia. Rightist forces in all the capitalist countries, they strongly believe that the only remedy to come out of the crisis situation is to approach IMF. But capitalism is now outdated. It has proved to be a failure in solving the basic problems of the humanity. Capitalism has to be overthrown lock, stock and barrel. Comrades and friends, let us go to the fourth country, Panama. Poor people and the workers of Panama, a Central American country, are agitating on the streets of Panama for the past 3 weeks against the increase in prices of essentials. Laurentino Cortizo is the president. That government is violently oppressing the agitations. People are in struggle from 1st July onwards on 32-point charter of demands. Negotiations were fixed on 19th July by mediation of Catholic Church. At the same time, there was government repression on the agitators in Veraguas province. Because of this, people's groups boycotted the negotiations. There cannot be any negotiation unless the government stops repression. About half an hour before the dialogue process was set to begin, the anti-riot units of the government brutally repressed protesters who had been organizing blockades of the inter-American highway. The security officials forcibly cleared the highways using tear gas, pepper spray and pellets to disperse the crowd. Scores of protesters were injured. Additionally, 7 were arrested also. Nevertheless, within hours following the repression, protesters returned to block the road. The General Secretary of the Single Union of Construction Workers, Suntrax, denounced the act of violence as an attempt to break the social movement and called on the people to remain calm and united. He said that the government finally has to accept the demands. Head offices of several multinational corporations are there in Panama. Panama is a safe tax haven for them. That is, multinational companies can just set up their name boards, head office, and thereby they can save a lot of taxes. They need not pay any taxes in Panama. So there are big construction companies in Panama, but they don't create that much job facilities. On 1st July, when the charter demands was received by the government laughed and said the government is not going to accept any one of the demands. But there were negotiations on 21st July due to pressure of the people, and the government agreed to reduce the prices of petrol and diesel. Still the struggle continued. There was an agreement by the agitators with the peasantry for the supply of continuous food. On 25th July, negotiations were again held. Government agreed to reduce prices of 72 essential commodities. So finally, the people of Panama have won the battle. It's a good victory for agitating workers and the people. Comrades and friends, let us go to Tunisia, the 5th country. Kais Saied is the president of Tunisia. Kais Saied. A North African country is Tunisia. National referendum was held on 25th July on the draft constitution of the president. The workers and many democratic organizations appealed to the people to boycott the referendum. The chief editor of Mescal, the newspaper, explains the reasons for boycott call. As per the draft constitution put up by the President Kais Saied, all the powers will be concentrated with the President. Powers of the Parliament are very much diluted. The chief officer of the drafting committee said that the draft constitution they have prepared is entirely different from that before the referendum. If there is a majority yes in the referendum, there will be a dictatorial rule. Online consultations took place with representatives of the people for namesake or nominally. On 25th July, the referendum took place. Only about 25% voters took part, but still 92.3% of those who voted were in favor of President's draft constitution. There was Arab Spring Revolution only last year in Tunisia, but now this year we can see a clearly rightward shift. Saudi Arabia and United Arab Emirates are supporting the President Kais Saied. Comrades and friends, let us go to Myanmar, a neighboring country of India. Aung San Suu Kyi was democratically elected as the head of the Myanmar in 2021 February. There was a coup against her rule. Her government was overthrown and military junta took over. So far, 2,114 have been killed under the military rule. 14,847 people were arrested. 40 teachers who took part in civil disobedience movement were also killed. On 25th July, 4 anti-government activists were hanged by the military junta. That is death sentence, hanged. Closed-door trials took place. Human rights groups the world over have condemned this hanging. Even the dead bodies, were not handed over to the families for proper funerals. 100 more people may get death sentence as per the information received. Comrades and friends, let us go to South Korea. The shipyard workers of South Korea were on strike for 5 weeks. Now on 23rd July, an agreement was reached by which there will be 4.5% wage revision and job security was ensured. The last country which we go to is Brazil. Comrades and friends, on 2nd October, there are going to be elections in Brazil for the post of president, vice president and the parliament. The incumbent president, Jair Bolsonaro, will again contest on behalf of the rightist forces for president's post. Lula da Silva, the leader of the Workers' Party, will be the main opponent for the post of president. Lula da Silva is supported by a federal organization called Brazil of Hope. Brazil of Hope of the Workers' Party, Brazil Communist Party, Green Party and 4 other left parties. Lula da Silva is very much ahead of Bolsonaro by 11% votes in the opinion polls. Thank you all the listeners. See you next week. Let's salute.